The Jewish catacombs.
Had to be able to speak Greek.
So this is in Greek. The Jewish merchants
Yes,
spoke Greek.
Of course. This is also
it's
an
all written in Greek.
accurate the 1851, 59.
So the bones were removed because it's against
Yes, but in
Jewish
the
law
past,
and
probably
buried
they were
properly.
trashed.
There's
The
a
main
menorah.
wall, that is that one in front of the entrance, was the deep decoration were made with the white cement and red with the dust of the raster.
We're here.
Yes, for the last journey, much
Yeah.
more important than to
So they were all buried in here.
Yeah.
And then they would remove the bones or something. You said, put new bones, put new people.
for new people.
For
of
new people,
course.
they would bury with the and what would they do with the old bones? They would keep the
They
bones.
collected the bones and they used it to put in a smaller niche.
Oh,
When
smaller
you find
niche.
such a small kind of niche, probably they were used for the bones, not for a small body like newborns.
Yeah.
Down. During the day, usually I meet a colony of crickets. Yes.
This is Greek.
Yes, it's absolutely Greek. Is an epigraph, a dedication for a children. Gaius, a typical Latin name.
A child.
Was a
His name was Gaius.
Yes.
Like
Gaius.
a Latin name.
Yes, it's absolutely kind of.
Yes.
And we see also how they conceived the dedication. In Greek is written in ta decate. It's something like here rest in peace, then usually followed by the name of the person here buried. And the last part which closed the dedication is usually Enireni, written in Greek, Enireni comissi sou, in peace he is asleep or
He's asleep. And there's a name or no name?
It should be this one that
Somewhere you can't see it.
The parents, fecerunt, they did to Justo, the name of the son.
Yes.
And here there's a term, an article that is a recurrent one, venemerenti. V and B is the same letter in Latin. Venemerenti, deserving, to used to the deserving children, the parents did. Eterus Eneirene, quei messi su. Eneirene, so his sleep in peace.
And this is in Latin.
It's in Latin. Jonathan Archon. Jonathan was the husband of Aurelia Flavi. The grammatical version of this name is the dative to Jonathan, typical Jewish name. And Archon was like the clerk of the community, an important man. Conjux. This is an error because it should be written like an N. The wife of Jonathan Archontis and Aurelia Flavi this dedication to his husband.
So Archon
From Syria, who dedicated to his venemerentis, to her deserving daughter, Filia, whose name was Aster. So, let me say, Aster in Latin means star. But it's very similar, it's very close to Esther.
Esther,
Typical,
Jewish.
is a Jewish name.
In
the past, in Rome, but also more recently. For example, they used to joke with the names, and another popular name for girls was Ricca, that is very similar to Rivka, but in Italian means rich. In this case, we have, this should be a cornucopy, horn of plenty. Also this one, probably in some way, this the phrase that opened the dedication is always the same. In ta decade, he rests in peace.
Ah, and this is in Greek.
The Nick, the name of the slaves.
This is a slave?
Yes, is written here. Nicete Proselito. Proselito, he was converted to the Judaism.
Oh, he converted.
Proselyte, digno et benemerenti. You can see now we find the B and not the V because it's more recent, this inscription. Was a deserving, and the Dionysius, that was a Jewish woman with a typical Greek name, patrona, the mistress. This is the word that let us understand that Nikete proselyte was the slaves. Fecit.
Oh, she was the slave.
Dionysia, the mistress,
Oh, the
did this.
So this is Latin, but with Greek characters.
It's absolutely, I can read, that is to say, is
Latin,
but...
What's his name, the person buried
Castribus.
here? Castribus, okay. Yeah.
Castricus Grammateus. Julia Coniux, the wife Julia, maritos suo, to his husband, benemerenti, deserving, fecit, did, made. And what do we have? What do you think about this symbol?
I don't know, it looks like a Cephalcoccus.
The scroll.
Oh, it's a scroll.
Grammateus in the past was the Sufer, and this is an opened scroll. We have two versions of a scroll, how we can find it depicted. Then we find here a third interesting kind of burial. These are named in Hebrew Chukim. And they are excavated in the depth of the wall, perpendicular to view. They are vaulted, okay?
Yeah. Perpendicular instead of horizontal.
Perpendicularly, yes, the burial is perpendicular. And
comes as Judea. In Judea and North Africa, Jews are buried like this.
Yes.
Perpendicular. Two people. This is a menorah.
Decoration, the tripod, because the archaic way to depict the menorah was always on the tripod, never on the basement.
Always tripod, beautiful. Always like the Gate of Titus.
Yes, the Arch of Titus. You know the Arch of Titus.
We saw it,
The burial, and this cubiculum is named the cubiculum of the palms. Look how accurate is the decoration, probably more recent than the other one. In the dedicated to an important man, the palm has a high and strong trunk, and gives a lot of sweet fruit for the society. Probably was dedicated to an important man. The decoration imitates the precious marble inlays. And here we have another kind of decoration.
I haven't any idea what this looks like.
Looks like I give you an idea.
It looks like a mezuzah.
You have an idea.
Wow.
You have an idea, and here's the idea. We don't know because it should be a mezuzah.
A mezuzah.
But which
it's a mystery.
It is. He's a Jew.
It's a menorah. Okay, beautiful menorah.
Because in the past there was never used the Star of David.
Yeah.
And let me say that the menorah, the seven-branched candlestick, survived as a symbol starting from the year 1000 during the Middle Age, also in the churches and so on, but not because linked to something. And also here is a curated way to depict the menorah, something like a basement, by the way. It's
always a basement.
Here we find the shofar.
Wow.
This is the etrog, palm tree, and this should be a dreidel. I tell you because 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 years. So this is the
4 years old.
4 years old.
A child.
Yeah, child.
Wow.
Of this path, we find a second door. This is considered one
Important.
of the most impressive funeral chamber of the Jewish catacombs.
Wow.
You have to know that the Jewish catacombs are not just in Rome, because they were discovered in South Italy, in
Yes.
Basilicata, in Venosa, city of Venosa, in Sardinia, and
Yes.
also Sicily.
Yes.
It's not related just to the city of Rome, was a custom spread
All over
let me say,
Italy.
all over Italy, all over the world where Jews
Yeah.
are. Also in this case, we don't have the arcosolio, but just in the shape we have an arcosolio, because actually we have two chokim. Look at
Similar
the
to
beautiful
Pompeii.
decoration. This decoration, let me say, is impressionistic. We can see a lot of birds taking the flight. It's not static way.
Birds,
to
yes, birds.
Yes, it's a marshy environment.
Birds.
A lot of birds. This should be the coat of arms of the family.
Ah, it's from the Ark
Sorry,
of
my
the
pronunciation.
Oh, from the Ark
Because
of the
people
Covenant.
believe winged characters.
Ah, I understand.
People believe not. They should be cherubs.
From the Ark of the
Yes,
Covenant, they were on the Ark of the
the
Covenant.
the two cherubs
Yeah.
that looks in the eyes of the
Yeah.
other is pretty difficult to give an interpretation.
Yeah.
Rose, this is a pheasant damaged over the years. Arts, graffiti, so it's something recent, let me say.
1939.
It's impressive. You're
All
right.
this graffiti, my God.
34.
34.
34.
1934. Wow.
Also-
There's no control then. They just
Control,
walked
Of
in.
course. Consider that for centuries,
Wait, 1925 USA.
in the 70s, and instead this one is popular image in the catacombs.
Sheep.
Yes.
1919, and in Hebrew.
In Hebrew, a lot of these pictures.
Unbelievable. This is all like similar to Pompeii.
Very, very similar, and also grace to this, we can understand, we can date
Yes.
these great photographs dedicated to the shochet of the community.
Wow. And it's an ox, I'm sorry to repeat. This is an ox.
Should be an ox.
Yeah,
yes.
and the menorah.
We can see the
Yeah, I'm sorry I interrupted
How do you say-
Horns. Yes, the horns.
horns.
That's funny.
That should be taken.
Wow, nobody would think it was a